iHeart Podcasts. Hear more Gold 101.7 podcasts,
playlists, and listen live on the free iHeart app.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Before he became Australia's first Winter Games medalist, Steven Bradbury survived 2 career-ending crashes. A collision with an ice skate where he lost 4 litres of blood.
I was lying on the ice with 3/4 of my blood spilled around me, and I said to myself, if you lose consciousness, you're going to die.
And a broken neck.
Skater in front of me falls over. I go over the top of him headfirst into the barrier and break my neck. Had to have a halo brace screwed into my head for about 2.5 months.
Well, spoiler alert, he got himself back up and went on to make history, going on to become the first Australian to win a medal at the Winter Games. And with the Games in full swing over in Italy and Milano, we couldn't think of anyone better to have on the show. Steven Bradbury, hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. What a great name for the show. Gold.
Gold.
That's right.
There it is, mate.
Yeah. Luckily, we're not called silver or we'd all be in trouble.
Or bronze.
Or bronze. Do you think we have a love affair with the Winter Olympics because it is so dangerous? There's few events you can watch where any given moment someone can hurt themselves.
Yeah, well, you look at the Summer Games and you got people going up and down a black line. There's not too many injuries there. In the Winter Games, where we saw Lindsay Vonn get carted off in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Amazing pictures there. And, with the exception of curling, not too dangerous, that one. The rest of the sports at the Winter Games are incredibly fast. My sport speeds go to about 60 kilometres an hour, and that's one of the slower ones.
The narrative has been around you at the beginning of, wow, what a lucky win. But I've seen you as a motivational speaker and you're so incredibly effective because you say it wasn't a lucky win. I worked so hard to be there. I was in the final and it's all about hard work. There's no luck to be had.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say no luck.
Yes.
I mean, there's a bit of luck
I'm
there.
paraphrasing you.
When the rest of the world falls over in front of you, there's a little bit of luck there, for sure. The point is that, I think it's a good lesson for kids these days that if you're prepared to give all of yourself to something and you specialise like I did in speed skating, then you get good. And one day you put yourself in position to capitalise when things go wrong for the competition, because that happens in lots of different areas in life, not just in speed skating at the Winter Olympics.
It's true. And watching your story again just the other night on Channel 9, I forgot about how your coach at the time said, just hang back, and that became part of your strategy.
It did. The strategy was to stay out of the way because the other 4 skaters were prepared to go through each other to win. We never imagined that strategy would be a gold medal, though. The play was to go out there and skate for a bronze through other people's mistakes. And I would have been very happy to take the bronze medal after that final, but it turned out a little bit better than bronze.
When you were growing up, to be obsessed with this sport, was that seen as a really unusual thing?
It was, yeah. Once the kids at high school find out that you wear a full-body lycra skin suit for your sport, you're not exactly the most popular kid at high school in Australia. It's not like in the Netherlands where speed skating is the national sport. But, for me, the Bradbury family, my dad was the national champion back in his day, and I got introduced to it as a kid. My dad pushed me real hard, and I hated him for it in the beginning. But then I made it onto the national team when I was 15. I saw the sport internationally, and I watched the best skaters in the world at the World Championships in Amsterdam when I was 15, and I said to myself, I'm doing that. And from there, the fire was lit, and it wasn't about if I'd make the Olympics. It was about how many I was going to go to and where I was going to finish.
Oh, so it's all about manifesting. You were doing manifesting before all those hippies were doing it.
That's a strange analogy, but yeah.
You were manifesting. But when you were skating at the ice, because I used to ice skate when I was a kid, and they'd always have the DJ playing the music. What was your jam when you were going around the ice skating rink flat out?
Yeah, well, back in the day, that was where people used to go on a Friday or Saturday night to go and pick up a chick.
Yeah.
Now, that was where my parents met at the ice rink in Bush, which I believe now is a freeway overpass. But yeah, I've always been a heavy metal fan, and a song that I used to pump through was a song called song by Henry Rollins off the Wait album, which is the last track on the album. So if you're into heavy metal, have a listen to that one.
Bit of Black Flag.
What a romantic song for you on couples night.
Henry Rollins, that'll get you through. Well, it's just great to catch up with you, Steve, really, and it's always great to see your story when it comes out again, especially at this time of year. We get very sentimental for you.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be remembered for something that I did a long time ago now. I usually tell people it was 6 years, but may have been a few more than that. The Winter Olympics is something that Aussies love, and as many of us watch it as we do the Summer Games, and it's amazing to see Australia punch above its weight. And at the moment, our record medal haul for a Winter Games is 4. I'm predicting that we get 6 here in Milan, with a couple of those being gold. So, yeah, make sure that you're glued to 9 and stand to watch the Australian medals.
Steven Bradbury, thank you.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks, Stephen.